Hi, I'm Deborah Stengel, founder of Sedona Soul Adventures and international best-selling author of The Journey to Happy. Coming to you again from incredibly beautiful Sedona, Arizona, and I'm so happy you're here with me. In these series of videos, I'm talking about concepts from my book, The Journey to Happy, how embracing the concept that nothing is wrong can transform your life. And I'm so excited about this video and the next one because I'm going to be talking to you about the Enneagram. The basic idea of the Enneagram is that there's nothing wrong with you and there's nothing wrong with anyone else. We're all just wired differently to behave the way that we do. Now, this is a big one to wrap your head around, and I can hear you out there saying, Deborah, what are you talking about? This guy I don't like, this guy's a jerk, this guy's an idiot. How can you say nothing is wrong with anyone? And I also want to put in a big caveat here. What if a person has done something like broken the law or is abusive? Isn't that wrong? In our discussion of nothing is wrong, I'm not talking about that we get rid of boundaries or rules or laws. I was an attorney for over 20 years, so I have a deep belief in the rule of law. And people who have violated our codes or morals of what we believe is ethical or right, so particularly for murder or rape or kidnapping or burglary or any of the things that we have all agreed on should not be done, those are actions that should not be condoned. But here, I'm talking about you. You and the people who are around you. Your husband, your wife, your children, your coworkers, the people that you are around every day in your normal life. And what I'm talking about here is a concept of dropping judgment about the people who are around you and in your life. Love thy neighbor as thyself is what Christ said. But that's so hard to do when this person and that person are acting like such jerks. I know, I get it. That's why I love the Enneagram, because what the Enneagram teaches is you're wired to be the way you are, they're wired to be the way they are. And when you can go into that kind of understanding and compassion, amazing things can happen. What is the Enneagram? The Enneagram originated many, many years ago in the Middle East. In fact, the Crusaders actually brought the Enneagram back with them to Europe. And it was kept alive in the monasteries during the Dark Ages. So lots of Roman Catholics know about the Enneagram. The Enneagram is a personality system, and it helps you to deeply understand your basic personality. What makes you tick? What drives you? What makes others tick and drives them? It helps you to see that your quirks and your patterns are just part of how you're wired. Now here's how it works. You take a test. There are 9 numbers. I prefer to call them styles because people don't like to be called numbers. And you find out where you are in the system. Each style represents a deep belief that an individual uses to help navigate their life. But these beliefs are actually lies that are holding the self back from a connection with happiness, love, and contentment. These aren't lies that you're telling yourself consciously. They are lies that are buried very, very deeply, and they're affecting and showing up in all of the different parts of your life. When you can uncover and find out these lies, it's like an entire new world opening up. When you can also then discover the lies that other people are telling themselves, it opens up a new level of compassion and understanding for other people. In a really interesting book I read about the Enneagram, the author said that there is an initial shock in finding out exactly who you are. It was a shock to find out how I was doing things, and then another shock to find out how other people are doing things. The other thing I love about the Enneagram is that I think we all have this idea that everybody reacts and responds to something the same way we do. Well, I'll tell you, nothing could be further from the truth. I actually was part of a group that met once a month discussing the Enneagram, and we would talk about different situations. And I would find in there that a situation that would make me really upset and angry would be something that was no big deal for somebody else. So at this point, I want you to stop the video and take the test. The information is here on the video for you to go to the URL to take the test. The test will take you about 10 minutes. It's free. Now, if you get stuck on a question where you don't know the answer, what I want you to do is answer the question as if you were age 25. If you are younger than 25, then just answer it the way that you are now. If you're 25 or older, answer it, go back to how you felt or how you would have felt about this at the age of 25. Okay, now, take the test. Okay, did you take the test? Now, if you didn't, please stop the video and take the test, because I'm going to start talking about the different numbers, or what I prefer to call styles, and I don't want to influence you for when you take the test. So if you didn't, stop the video, do it now, and take the test. But if you did, good for you. And what I'm going to talk about now are the unhealed parts and the healed parts of each one of the styles. And I want to say, first of all, it's really important to remember and to know that there are no good or bad numbers. Everybody is just different. And you're also going to find that you have aspects of all of the numbers or styles. That's just part of being human. The other thing is, these are things where you can go from the unhealed parts to the healed parts, and we'll be talking about that later. So let's start with the perfectionist. The lie they are telling themselves is everything has to be perfect for me to be happy. It's easy to see how this is a setup for an unhappy life if you are telling yourself everything has to be perfect in order for me to be happy. Unhealed ones are critical, controlling, anxious. Healed ones are ethical, honest, high-principled, ambitious. You know if you're a perfectionist or if you have one in your life. Style number 2, the helper. The lie they're telling themselves is, I have to do things for people for them to love me. Unhealed 2s are passive-aggressive, possessive, manipulative, irrational. Healed 2s are warm, loving, caring, giving, and adaptable. Healed 2s are fantastic friends. They will do anything for you. But if they are unhealed, they are giving with a hook, meaning that they always want something in return for what they're giving. And then the biggest problem is they will never tell you what it is that they want. And their position is, well, if you really loved me, you would know what I want. And so if you have a 2 in your life, you know that just by saying to them, no, just tell me what you want, is not something that they will do. Definitely you can tell when a 2 goes into healing because they actually start asking for what they want. Style 3 is the achiever. The lie they are telling themselves is, I must work hard, do well, and look good to be happy. Unhealed 3s are driven, dishonest, pretentious, vain, consumed by what others think of them. Healed 3s are optimistic, efficient, energetic, practical. These are the people who have to have designer everything and who really, really care about what people think about them. They're also lots of fun, usually, and they're also very high achieving because they're the achievers, so they're usually super successful. Style 4 is the romantic adventurer. The lie they're telling themselves is, I must be different and special to matter. Unhealed 4s are depressed, moody, self-absorbed, temperamental. Healed 4s are romantic, expressive, supportive, and compassionate. 4s think that they're special and that nobody gets them, but they're also very creative and very romantic. Style 5 is the Investigator. The lie they are telling themselves is, I must know everything about everything in order to be happy. Unhealed 5s are stubborn, negative, secretive, distant, and arrogant about what they know. Healed 5s are independent, inventive, wise, and perceptive. Einstein was a 5. Style 6 is the Loyalist. The lie they are telling themselves is, by being loyal to someone or something else, I will be taken care of. Unhealed 6s are anxious, controlling, paranoid, insecure. Healed 6s are loyal, practical, responsible, self-reliant, and team players. 6s are the most anxious people on the Enneagram, and if you think about it, if you believe that your happiness depends on someone else, that's going to keep you in an almost constant state of anxiety. But healed 6s are fantastic because they are incredibly loyal. They're fantastic employees. Style 7 is the Enthusiast. The lie they are telling themselves is, I must avoid pain to be happy. Unhealed 7s are possessive, manic, restive, narcissistic, scattered, and don't want to look at problems. Healed 7s are spontaneous, versatile, and enthusiastic. 7s are typically the happiest people on the Enneagram. One of my really good friends is a 7, and she is so much fun to be around. Style 8 is the Aggressor. The lie they are telling themselves is, I have to fight for everything I have. Unhealed 8s are angry, aggressive, confrontational, grudge holders, and think they're right about everything. Healed 8s are courageous, direct, self-reliant, self-confident, and decisive. I'm an 8. I'll talk more about that later. Style 9 is the Peacemaker. I must have peace at any price. Unhealed 9s are stubborn, obsessive, judgmental, complacent, passive-aggressive, defensive. Healed 9s are creative, accepting, trusting, supportive. 9s are doing everything in their power so as not to disturb the peace. So that's a whole lot to take in. And I want you to stay tuned because in the next video, I'm going to be talking to you about what you can do with all of that. And I'm also going to tell you in that video how I went from being an unhappy attorney who was angry all the time to a very happy 8. And I'll tell you about different people in my life and how different people in your life, when you can understand this, what a huge difference it makes. So I hope that you enjoyed this as much as I did. And if you liked it, I hope you will like it and share it and also subscribe to our channel. And if you want an even more direct path to getting happy, then go to SedonaRetreatGuide.com and get your complimentary copy of the Sedona Guide to Spiritual Retreats today. Or if you'd like to talk to someone about doing a retreat that's custom designed for you, call us at 928-204-5988. You can have the life or the relationship you want. I know it.